Hey everyone, it's Haze, and in today's video we're once again doing the Miraculous Monday meme review, where my friend Hedge finds me the very best Miraculous memes from across the internet and I react to them. Anyway, now it's not the time to discuss what it is that you get from the cinema, so let's just start the meme review. Meme number 1. There's a name for you, Chloe, but it isn't used in high society, outside of a kennel. I don't think she's that bad. Don't get me wrong, it's from season 1. She has her moments, but I'm in the middle of my rewatch of the show. I think, oh god, I don't know what videos you've seen of mine. This is what happens when you pre-film all your videos. I'm like, what video has everybody seen as I'm filming this? Because I don't know. But I think it was the Miss Mojo video. Yeah, I think I said in that one, like, by the time you're watching this, I should be like halfway through season 3. No, I'm not. I'm nearly at the end of season 2. But like season 2 was like amazing for Chloe Redemption, and I'm just like, I like her. She's not my favourite, don't get me wrong, she does questionable things, but so does Marinette, you know, so I can't like dislike Chloe for doing similar stuff to Marinette, but like I really like her, and because of this failed redemption I think I like her even more. Like all the time I think back to the ending of Revolution. So I always get the last few episodes mixed up because some of them have very similar names. The ending of Revolution, when she's on the plane and she's crying, and I'm like, what was like what did Thomas intend for our reaction to be? Like when he wrote that, when the rest of the team helped him write that, whoever wrote that scene, I don't know exactly. What did they like intend for the audience to be like? I feel like they wanted us to be like, yeah, screw you, Chloe. Marinette's finally won. She can tell you how she finally feels about you. But because of everything that's happened to her, I just wanted to give her a hug. I just felt bad for her. So I disagree with this meme. I know she's not wonderful, but I think she has the capacity to be lovely if only people let her. Like that's what they say in season 2 all the time. Like I just watched Zombie Zoo the other day where Marinette is really nice to Chloe at the end of it, and she just tries to be nice, and I'm just like, yeah. And I know, don't get me wrong, I understand there have been other episodes where people try to show Chloe how to act, but with someone like Chloe who seems to have been like this her whole life, it's not going to happen within the space of a few months, which is what like season 3 and season 4 happen over, so it needs prolonged exposure. I don't think they tried hard enough personally, and I will forever be sad about it because I thought she could have been great, because I think she could have been wonderful. So I'll always be sad about it. I feel bad for her. I hope that whatever country her mum ended up taking her to, Chloe managed to escape her abusive mum but didn't go back to Paris to be with her dad who doesn't love her, which is just as bad, and she managed to make it on her own, and I wish her the absolute best, and I hope one day she learns to be a good person because I think she has the capacity for it. Next meme. Ladybug, Cat Noir, Suhan's useless on his way to yell at Ladybug for losing the Miraculous. He was so annoying in multiplication. He was like, I'm gonna go and get help, and I'm like, I would really love to know. I hope we find out next season, like, what happened on that journey. Because surely he was going to Tibet, which is, like, if we have a world map, so Paris is here, the UK is here, China's over there, you know? However, one of the pictures, I believe, like little snapshots at the end of Migration, you know, when Luca leaves, he like sends pictures back, and you see him with Jagged and Penny. I believe someone pointed out there's a picture of him in a certain region of Brazil where there's like mountains, which is really cool. However, China is here, Brazil is over here. So how? I do believe that there is a temple in, I was going to say Brazil, but I can't remember where in South America it was. Let's just say South America because I completely forgot which country exactly it was in. So I do think it's possible that Luca was there, and apparently according to the Bible, the Guardians can also teleport between temples, which is fun. Don't know why they need to do that, but okay. So I guess he could have been in Tibet and teleported to Brazil. Why Luca was at that temple though, I don't know. But then also, like, when Suhan says that in multiplication, I'm like, oh, he's going to get help from the other Guardians who've all come back to life, and maybe we can use Miraculouses from the other miracle boxes. But then he brings back Luca, Jagged and Penny and a crocodile to help fight the Miraculous. So I'm like, did you just get massively sidetracked? I would love an episode. Because I do think Luca's going to be important, since obviously he knows Adrian and Marinette's identity, and he is like this guardian in training, presumably. I don't know. I hope he gets his old outfit back because I'm not a fan of him in those clothes. It's not quite, those colours, they don't go with your skin tone, your complexion. Like, he's quite cool toned. I thought his outfit before, I really wouldn't wear it, but I thought it suited him and his whole vibe that he had going on. New one just isn't doing it for me. Can you imagine if he rocks up to school wearing that? Everyone's like, what's going on here? And he's like, I can't say a single thing. Also, it reminded me though, I rewatched Recreation yesterday, just the end bit, to get some clips for a video. And so at the pool party, obviously, we now know it's Amelie and Natalie, the rest of the kids, fine. But then Suhan is there, and was Amelie not a bit like, sure, all your friends can come, and this old man who I have never met before, how do you know him? Was she not a bit like, How did he get invited to a children's pool party to celebrate the end of summer? I don't know. I did think that was weird. All the kids is fine. Jagged and Penny are there, which was a bit like, not super strange, you know, Jagged is super famous, playing music for them. He is Luca and Julica's dad. Okay, fair enough. Penny, fair enough, is his girlfriend. Okay, but Suhan? What? Just didn't make sense to me. Anyway, next meme. When your parents fight and you live in Paris, look mate, leave the house. Just leave them to it, give them a couple of hours, Ladybug will sort it out, everything will be repaired. Be fine, be Gucci. God, can you imagine if I was in Paris, like, I have depression, I have anxiety, I get panic attacks all the time, I'd be acclimatised at least 3 times a week. I'd never get anything done. No. I just, if I lived in Paris and this started happening, I would swiftly either move out of the city or just change countries, because I just couldn't deal with it. I'm not mentally stable enough to live in an environment like this, forget that. Next meme. Me thinking nothing is going to happen in season 5, the Marsh Kiss. It was definitely unexpected, but then Thomas was like on Twitter afterwards. I stopped following him shortly after this because that man just raises my blood pressure every time I see a tweet from him. I'm like, no. He was just like, oh, this is the reason why it can't work. And I'm like, to be fair, it could have worked. It could have worked. Because what I would have wanted, this is kind of like how to get everything sorted, in my opinion. Because to me, the Adrianette just wasn't good enough, in my opinion. Is basically just have Cat Noir, because he's having difficulties at home, difficulties with Ladybug, come and speak to Marinette, who we already know from other episodes, like Glaciator, like Evil Illustrator, like Befana. They have like a good friendship going on. Get him to come to her, get them to talk more, have a really good relationship together, and then that way Cat Noir, obviously Adrian, but as Cat Noir, fall for Marinette and start to see her differently, because Marinette can act like a normal person around Cat Noir but not around Adrian. She's mega nervous and it makes her stutter and she can barely talk around him. So have Cat Noir come to Marinette and he gets to see what she's truly like. She's not a nervous mess all the time, and he would fall for that Marinette when Ladybug keeps ignoring him, and then she would start to fall for Cat Noir. And I really do think Marry Cat could have worked if they just executed it better. Like, I feel bad for complaining about the love square because I'm pretty sure you all know by now. It's like the primary reason I watch the show. The superhero stuff, I can take or leave. I don't really care that much. But I'm here for the love square. You will know I watch it for the love square. And whilst I love Adrianette, is like my top ship of the love square, the way Adrianette progressed did disappoint me. I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm not just gonna leave it in this meme review. I will make a video on it, but I'm just like, a lot of things about season 5 were disappointing, and I do feel really bad for complaining about it, but also at the same time I'm like, no, I gotta say something. Like, I feel at the minute, this is a massive generalization, so if you feel you don't fit into this, if you're another Miraculous channel watching me, please ignore what I'm about to say. This is a huge generalization, but basically I feel that there's like, roughly, like I said, a generalization, roughly 50% of Miraculous channels that just praise the show blindly. No matter what the show does, even if they release an episode that is objectively not written very well, they just praise it. And then I feel like the other 50%, again, like I said, massive generalization here. I haven't gone through and found every Miraculous channel and seen what their opinions are, but they go through and they just watch the show for the pure reason of hating on it. And by this I don't mean like having a difference of opinion, like some people like this episode for whatever reason, other people don't like that episode for whatever reason. I don't mean that. And I feel there's a very small percentage of channels in the middle, and I would class myself in this, who give praise when it's due and criticise when it's due. And at the minute, because season 5 overall was such a letdown, don't get me wrong, I think there were great moments, like, you all know, I love Pretension, love Deflagration, I love Reunion, those are my favourites. A lot of people loved Emotion too, which I think is a pretty good episode as well. But like, season 5 overall was a bit of a letdown. So at the minute I am becoming more critical because of that, but like if you go back to the end of season 4, I love season 4, I think season 4 was amazing. So I was all praise, but I'm like, I feel like I'm in the middle. Praise when it's due, criticise when it's due. So like, I think it's a bit of a problem. Like, don't get me wrong, praise when it's due, criticise when it's due, but people who are just praising and the people who are just criticising, I don't like it. I don't know how I've managed to get to that from a Marsh Kiss. Oh, we're talking about the love score. Ah, I just love the sound of my own voice apparently. Next meme. Marinette, Alia, Adrian. This is brilliant. Cat Noir. But I like this. Yeah, I like... I think on balance, I know they're the same person, but I do prefer Cat Noir. He just has a bit of... I don't know to him. One thing I really wish as well is that I don't feel like Marinette has really seen like the Cat Noir side to Adrian. So like she has like Ladybug moments all the time, like in episodes like in Confrontation for example, all the stuff with Lila, even though it was a bit strange with the one-way mirror thing in the bathroom, that was weird, but it was like a Ladybug moment, all the confronting, a Ladybug moment. Whereas Adrian, I couldn't tell you the last time with absolute confidence where he had a Cat Noir moment as Adrian. He's had them in the past, like one of my favourite ones is in Darkblade, where they're running for the class rep stuff, and obviously Marinette and Adrian have to go transform, and Chloe's like, well, where were you during the fight? And Marinette's like, oh, I got turned into one of the knights, and Adrian runs downstairs, obviously with the same excuse, and it's like, oh, what a nightmare. It always makes me laugh, and I know he has a couple of other ones here and there, but I couldn't tell you the last time he had one, and I wish he had more of those because he's so funny, he can be hilarious, but it just never happens, and I'm like, it's sad. Anyway, next meme. Ladybug in Penalty. You get a Miraculous, you get a Miraculous, and you get a Miraculous, everyone gets a Miraculous, basically, and I'm annoyed by it. I really wish, like, to me, that episode was meant to be Mark's episode. Like, do you know, like when I say Mark's episode, I mean like pretty much everyone, with the exception really of probably Kim in Party Crasher, gets their like time to shine as a brand new Miraculous user. So like Rose, Guilt Trip, Julica in Crocodile, stuff like that. So Penalty, to me, from the way it was kind of going, Mark seemed to be like one of the main characters in that episode. I know he's not a main character, but you know how, like, for example, Guilt Trip, Rose is quite prominent, she's like a main character for that episode, and then next episode after she kind of falls back into side character. So to me, with the way Mark, because like he's not in their class, he just arrives at the stadium and he plays football, and I'm pretty sure when she's giving out the Miraculouses, she spends the longest talking to Mark, Ladybug spends the longest talking to him. To me, it felt like Penalty was initially made for Mark, for him to receive his Miraculous, but then they just threw everyone else's in there. So I really hope in season 6 that everyone's got the Miraculouses back. We do have a couple of episodes here and there where we look kind of like Ivan and Sabrina and Nathaniel, even though he's whiny. But, you know, fair is fair, let's give everyone a little moment to shine. So, yeah, I'd like that, personally. Please. Be really cute though as well, seeing them with their Kwamis. I do miss the Kwami interaction from season 4. I love season 4, I think it was so good. Season 4 and season 2 are my absolute favourites, and I still can't pick between them. Next meme. Random Parisian bus driver, a kid dressed as a frog on a bike in the middle of the Champs-Elysees. The facial expressions on this meme, I just think it really suits it, but then like 2 seconds later he gets infected with the froggy tattoo. He's like, huh, okay, anyway, I'll just run this child over. That was just such a bizarre episode. I do love Risk, I won't lie to you. Got a whole thing about Risk. Just waking up, gonna have a normal day, find out Risk has just been released. all plans out the window. I think I was, there's a vlog of it. I'm just having a normal week and then Risk gets released. That was a nightmare week. It was fun, but a nightmare. Oh god, but Risk was fun. I enjoy the concept of Risk. I love it so much. I really like Risk. Yes. That boy though, he was great. That little onesie, he had the best outfit in the whole show. One of the best. Oh my god. So cute. It was adorable. I would have worn that. So the final meme of the meme review is the meme reviewer viewer submission meme. There we go. And if you want to be in a chance with winning the thing to be in the meme review, you need to join my Discord server, which is linked down below. And if you don't want to submit memes, you should totally join it. It's a fun time. I'm on there pretty much every night unless I am really ill or away on holiday. I'm pretty much in there every single night at about 7 PM UK time. And yeah, you gotta make a meme in order for it to be eligible for the meme review. You can't just post one you've seen elsewhere. It has to be one you've made. We have a separate channel for just memes you've found. It has to be one you've made and everyone votes on it. So this week's winner is Miraculous Is My Life 256, and it says how I see the guy I have a crush on versus how I see the guy I think has a crush on me. Yes, I agree. I don't know why, because probably the guy I have a crush on, not that I have a crush on a guy at the minute, but would probably see me the same way, you know, so, as the bottom Adrian, I mean. So that scene is so creepy. If you think it's creepy in English, watch it in Korean. Korean Adrian in Samboy. Oh my god, my life is not worth living. No thank you. So those were all of the memes for this week, besties. I'd love to know what your favourite meme was, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!